The last roundup, last roundup.
Well, let's try it out.
The cold. What are we doing first?
Let's see how. I guess we're doing Wreck.
All right.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the Last Roundup Horror Show. I am Frank. This is Jason. We are back. It's January. It's cold. Almost February. It's coming up quick. We got
Valentine's Day.
Oh, we're not. Are we doing a special? No. Not what I picked.
Just don't forget about Valentine's Day.
Don't forget about the ones you love. Never do. Anyways, let's start things off with Wreck. It's a French film from 2007.
I got Spanish.
Is it Spanish?
Spanish.
You're right. You know the names. Yep.
The names. Yeah.
I might have even said. I might
Spanish.
even.
The language.
I might have even. I definitely made a note of it. Yeah. Good. Why did I say French?
I don't know.
Summary for this movie. A television reporter and cameraman follow emergency workers into a dark apartment building and are quickly locked inside with something terrifying. Directed by...
Yeah, there's no point even trying to say
I looked this
They're
up,
Spanish
and
names.
I looked this one up, and I'm going to try to say it, because I put it into Google. You can put names into Google, and they'll read them out to you. It was... Juame Balaguero.
That's pretty good. All right.
And Paco Plaza. Written by Juame Balaguero and Luiso Verdejo.
Oh, I think that's right.
Yeah. And Paco Plaza.
That sounds right to me.
Do you have notes for this one?
I do. Tagline: One witness, one camera. Distributed by Magnet Releasing, and Scream Factory just released the 4-film box set. 2018.
Now this movie is the basis for Quarantine, right?
Yep.
That's if you've seen that with Dexter's sister.
Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Okay.
I did not like that one, from what I remember, and I don't really like this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but tell them you did not watch this. This ain't a fair review.
I watched it with a dub. There was an English dub. It was so terrible. I believe that I was watching it with subtitles too, so I was reading what I assume is the direct translation of the Spanish. But I didn't have another option. It was on Amazon.
You did. You could have got a hold of it.
The problem I have isn't necessarily with this. Is the best found footage film I've seen.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
I don't like found footage though. Like, it's shaky camera. My head's like, whoa, God. By the time I was halfway through this movie, I was like, come on, man.
Didn't bother me.
This is what I don't mind if you're using that. Fine, use it. Use it as a device, but have another angle that isn't shaking around.
They did. It wasn't all shaky.
It was rough, man. This is a rough ride for me. I had a fucking headache.
Like that. I guess you can see no matter what language you're speaking. If that messed with you, that's fine. But judging their acting?
I couldn't tell if they were
delivery.
The
like, you know what I mean? Like
I wanted to do Spanish. Would have settled for French.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't. But this dub was so bad. It was the actors were
you said it was bad, and
it was like the level of acting you would have in a Resident Evil video game. Like, that's exactly what it sounded like.
Imagine.
Do you think this movie is better than Quarantine?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was going to say it definitely is, because that movie sucked. It was like the Walmart brand X version of this.
Yeah, I was going to say the Disney version.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I do like that Dexter's sister, though.
The one thing about this, the dub that I experienced, was they have this Japanese lady, and man, the dub for the Japanese lady was very racist.
Well, they were kind of being racist. They were kind of blaming her for.
But her voice was racist. It was like the most stereotypical.
Like a white person doing
it? It was like a white person doing it. And I tried to look up who did these dubs because I wanted to see their past credits. ultimately, I can't really give this movie too high of a score because I don't like these kind of movies. I think there's this. This is the best I've seen. I also don't mind Cloverfield. I think that one's pretty good too. And Poughkeepsie Tapes. I thought that was.
I haven't seen that yet.
But I don't really like the style. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I recommend if you like Blair Witch and all that shit, you watch this if you haven't seen it because it is good for people who enjoy that. So, yeah. 4 is not bad for a guy that doesn't like. It's the best I'm gonna give is a 5. You know.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, your score would have been
A couple
totally
points higher,
different
maybe.
with the original audio and subtitles.
You probably. That's probably true. At
I
least
mean,
one
I
more
can't
point
imagine
higher.
how bad that would have rocked me if I was trying to watch this movie. Like I may not have watched it. Frank, I can't find a good version of it. Watching it.
Yeah.
So it's Spanish found footage, and up until just a couple years ago, I didn't think I was a fan of found footage. There's just so many bad ones. Like it's hard to find the good ones. So usually, I'm late watching these movies because I let all the crap sift. But yeah, I think it's original. I think it's one of the best found footage, maybe the best. I thought it was good acting too. Again, it's kind of hard to tell because it's in a different language, so I can't really. All I can just go by is how their emotion really. But I thought they did a great job creating panic, dread, terror. The actors didn't get a finished script. They just gave them
Pieces.
like situational improv. So that helped the realism all. I don't know. I think I want to say I was scared of this movie, but they, as far as making you a little bit rattled, or maybe getting that childlike fear.
You got to look at. You're right. It would. My score would be at least 2 points higher because just to see a video where you don't understand shit, turn the fucking subtitles off. You don't see any. You don't know what the fuck's going on. This movie's crazy.
Oh, it will.
I mean, but I had to have some context, and I wanted audio. And I tried to do it with the muted, with just subtitles, and I was like, nah. Gotta have something. No.
And I think it has good atmosphere too. I like the old apartment building. I think they did a great job with the sound effects because I've seen this. This is probably the third time I've seen this movie. I'm not sure there's any music in this. It's all just sound effects. So they did a good job, and again that helped create some of that tension and stuff throughout. I think it's solid all around. I give it an 8.
There you go.
I even like the TV show that they were doing.
Yeah.
Following the firefighters around. I like that too.
Yeah, I wish there was some way. Maybe I can find a clip of it or something and play that audio because the dub is so crazy, especially the TV segments at the beginning.
Do it. I'd like to hear that.
I can't. There's no way I can do it. It's a female
Chinese chick.
Oh no! I definitely couldn't do that. But even doing the woman's voice, it's like porn acting or something. It's terrible. Let's move into 1991's Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge. Summary for this film: a puppeteer's ability to bring inanimate objects to life attracts the attention of the Nazis during World War II. Now, I'll tell you what, man, I didn't think there was Nazis in these movies.
I thought the same thing. It's like
lousy with Nazis.
I remember it was, what's the newest one? The Littlest Reich. I remember you saying I don't remember having anything to do with Nazis.
Lousy with Nazis. Directed by David DeCoteau and written by Charles Band and C. Courtney Joyner. Do you have notes for this?
I don't have notes for this.
No notes. You can find this
It's
a lot of
Puppet Master
places.
3.
It's everywhere. Just type it in. You'll find it. It's probably free somewhere. At the beginning of this film, Nazis kill Toulon's wife and kidnap him to learn his secrets. This is when Toulon and his puppets begin to deal in some revenge. I love the guy that plays Toulon in this. His name is Guy Rolfe. He also plays Toulon in Puppet Master 4, 5, and Retro Puppet Master. This is the last movie he ever did, though. Oh, no, is that right? Nope, that doesn't make sense. I'm misreading my notes. Retro Puppet Master is the last movie he ever did. He's also in Dolls, but there's a lot of good kills in this. Tunneler has a nice kill by drilling through a Nazi. That was pretty gory. It's getting a lot more gory in this movie, I felt. There's a person reading porno at work. The Nazi doctor. He is a Nazi doctor.
You commented about that before.
Oh, it's a running thing. I keep track of it. Yeah. It's because it's happened like 5 times. There's just some dude reading it. But he is a Nazi doctor. There's porno on the wall.
It's the year.
Yeah. This is the big reveal. One of your favorite puppets, Leech Woman.
I wouldn't say she was my favorite. Someone was just
I don't
saying
like
she was stupid. I was like, I thought she was kind of cool. She got sexy. She
slinks in, drops a couple.
Put a leech in your mouth. I mean, it ain't horrible way to die.
It might lick on your nip a little bit. Didn't that happen in one of them?
Yeah, I think.
But you find out that she is Toulon's wife. Yeah, so the big reveal. The puppets in this movie are Tunneler, Pinhead, Leech Woman, Jester, and Six Shooter. This is his first movie, and Blade. The bad guy. There's a bad guy, Dr. Hess. He's like this.
This ain't the first one Blade's in, right?
No, first one for Six Shooter.
Right. Oh.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They kind of highlighted him, and he made him to look like whatever that Nazi's name is.
Oh yeah.
He basically that.
But yeah, it's kind of his origin story too. That was weird. Dr. Hess is the guy who tried to make him look like. Yeah. Which, if you notice, the whole movie I'm watching this, I'm like,
no,
the bad guy.
Not Dr. Hess. The head dude.
Yeah, his name was Dr. Hess.
No.
I swear, because I looked him up. His name's Richard Lynch. He's the guy that has all those weird scars on his face.
The white hair?
Yeah.
Nazi?
The guy that's
the head guy.
Blade out of. He wears a hat. I think that's his name, Dr. Hess. I looked him up because I wanted to know what's up with his face, because he's got all these... His face looks fucked up.
Dr. Hess looks like a basset hound. He was the old basset hound dude.
Oh, maybe it's a different name. I don't know.
I don't know.
The dude that has the hat that they based Blade off of, he had like weird scarring on his face. I'm like, what the fuck happened to this dude? Evidently, he caught himself on fire while he was high on drugs. Little fun fact there. But I fucking love Six Shooter's laugh. Fucking all over this movie. The dude that plays the little boy, Peter, he was fucking 23 when they shot this movie. Yeah,
that was a 23-year-old.
He had some sort of disease that made him small, and he passed away just last September of heart failure.
Oh, jeez, ow.
R.I.P. to Aaron Eisenberg. You find out that all the puppets are people that Toulon knew in life.
R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. Let's have a little highlight reel of Kobe.
Just playing.
Yeah, this is for Kobe.
This is right where it goes. This is a memorial.
That sucks though.
But the bad dude, when he dies at the end of this movie, he gets strung up like a puppet. That was really cool. That was a fucking
awesome.
Put the
hooks in, yep.
Great ending. It's still not better than The Little Strike, but it's definitely one of the best ones we've watched so far. Give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it could have used more Blade, but Six Shooter came in and kind of filled in that space.
I don't have a whole lot more to add. I mean, it's a Puppet Master movie. I think it's one of the better ones. I give it a 7. I also agree that Littlest Reich, I thought was... I would like to know what I gave that, but that was a good movie.
It's fucking really good. For everybody. You can't even... I mean, for a Puppet Master movie to make somebody who, like, really seriously is not a fan.
I think this is probably one that I've watched the most.
Yeah,
probably
I think I have too. Yeah, that'll be interesting going down the road.
And they already had it planned at the end of the movie. It says, like, stay tuned for part 4.
Right.
Like he just this is just a factory here.
That's all it is.
Full moon.
Oh fuck yeah. Well, and I don't even think that's what the next movie is called. Is it?
I forget what the... It was something Puppet Master.
What the fuck?
When good puppets go bad or something like that. Or
What
when
the fuck happened?
bad puppets turn good. It's something like that.
Yeah, when good puppets turn bad. Dude, I fucking lost some notes, man.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
We're
Maybe
going to have
not.
to do it on the fly.
what were our movies we did, Rec?
It, Chapter 2, and Death House.
Oh, fuck. I don't have Death House.
Oh, I have Death House. I have some stuff from that.
Well, Death House, let me tell you about this. I wanted
Are we
to...
talking about Death House?
Yeah, let's do Death House
Okay,
first.
well, hold on here. Let's give them a little bit of info. Not that you need it. Not that anyone needs any... You don't even need to know about this movie. 2017, rated R. It's an hour, 35 minutes. Written by Gunnar Hansen.
Why?
Rewritten by B. Harrison Smith is what I'm hearing. Also directed by him. Tagline: Hell is not a word, it's a sentence. Distributed by Hanover House on DVD through Cleopatra.
Well, the summary, I would say, for this movie is
There is no summary.
unexplainable.
There's no plot. So
There's
no summary.
evidently some sort of time prison. I don't know. There are people locked up in this prison from time, right? It's so goddamn confusing.
Yeah. It don't make sense.
Have we went past the Oregonian as far as bad?
No.
We're teetering on that ledge because I've
Yep.
never looked forward to something more and wanted something to be good more than this movie because they had all the elements.
We are close to the Oregonian.
They had all the perfect ingredients to make a delicious pizza pie.
You would think.
And then they fucking developed a turd sandwich.
The names that's in this movie, the actors, the cameos. You would think, reading all this, that this is going to be one of the best horror movies ever made.
What you do not do is give, what's his fucking name? Who's the main dude?
Kane Hodder?
Yes. Why so many lines for him? Why is he the main focus?
Well, he
Why?
certainly ain't the problem. There's no good acting in this, but I would certainly say that he's not.
No matter what the acting is, the script is fucking beyond stupid. There's nothing that makes sense. I don't understand why he died. Kane Hodder dies at one point, but he doesn't die. And you see Bill Moseley, and the ending, oh my god. The ending of this movie made no fucking sense. I want someone to explain it to me. I wish I could talk more about the things
movie
that
don't make
happen.
sense. It's just a bunch of B-movie horror actors. They have some kind of a role. Some say no lines at all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Michael Berryman says no lines. Maybe one.
Maybe at the end.
I don't know, but it's like... And then I also, I hate how they introduce them basically one at a time. They have a little scene where they just kind of open the door and step in. Like you wait to hear like a live applause from like a sitcom. This movie is bad writing, bad acting.
Good special effects sometimes.
So while we're on the
gore effects sometimes.
yeah.
There's a lot of bad CGI.
Those things that's in that room. They're like all buddies saying they don't want to die anymore. Or
Why not more of that?
That was cool. Like,
that was the only thing. That was the first time something interesting and cool happened.
That was the only cool
and then they
scene,
immediately went away from it.
Yes. But back to the acting. I think Barbara Crampton,
she did as good as she can do.
Right. She does. She was Barbara Crampton.
She should have been the main star of the movie.
Sid Haig had a good little segment there. I thought he delivered his lines well. Mm-hmm. But these other people that you think they should be able to act, you've seen them act decent before.
Well, even if you're not talking about all the horror icons that are in this movie, first of all, I don't know what the fuck. What's the dude from Candyman?
Tony Todd.
What is his thing?
Is it Tony Todd?
Yeah, at the beginning, he's got a girl, and he's evidently got people buried underground. And then you just see him at the beginning of the movie, and there's nothing to do with anything.
I don't know what it is.
The two main characters are terrible. The young guy who's like what is he, a detective or some shit? I don't know what anybody is.
They're cops. 2 cops.
Okay. The
killed
girl
some humans.
The girl we've seen before, because she was in Zombievers. She was the one that you'll remember, because she was the one that was topless half the movie.
I don't really remember.
Highlight of this movie is there's some
yeah, the blonde hair. She's in the shower, she's like on her knees, and she just has her tits out for no reason.
Yeah. But speaking of that,
I know her.
We always, have to mention when there's boobs. There's some good boobs in this movie. I'll be honest with you. There's a part
that's so bad. I don't even remember.
You got to hinge on the high points because there's not a lot.
Those creatures in that cell saying they don't want to.
That's good. That's the best thing in the movie. Yep. But yeah, the script, and at the end, it's like some sort of they end up being spoiler alert. Not like it matters, because I don't know how you can spoil a pile of shit. But they end up being superheroes or something. I give this a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 2 just because I was like I said. Okay, I will give it a 2 out of 10 because I like Sid Haig. I think Barbara Crampton did a good job. I like the things in the cell. Like that's it.
I forgot totally about Sid Haig.
It's a 1. I give it a 1. I'm going. It's a 1. I have a 1 wrote down, and that's what I'm
sticking with his diagnosis. The Sid Haig stuff. What? How lazy that's the laziest shit I've ever seen. They just drop him in front of a green screen. They have some naked chick.
Yeah, I think he was rough though. I think he.
Probably. But good
wasn't
Lord.
He in a wheelchair?
He was in a lawn chair.
Oh, lawn chair.
Yeah,
They should have just put him in his wheelchair.
It was really just. They could have done something, even with a halfway decent script.
R.I.P. Sid Haig. This is just gonna be a memorial show.
Yeah. Who else has died? I don't know. Oh, that dude from Monty Python.
Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of people dying all the time. Keep living, guys. Let's before we go into our
Kobe. That's so sad. What are you laughing for?
Just the chant. Before we go into our Chapter 2 review, let's cut away to our Chapter
Kobe
1.
Memorial.
I was going to say our Chapter 1 review, so we can refresh everybody on our thoughts on that. Because I don't remember. I don't remember what we gave that. But we'll be right back. This is the big fucking showstopper right here. 2017
made the big money at the box office.
This is what everybody's talking about.
People are like, horror's back.
This is where people go, actually, it was never a film to begin with. It was a mini-series.
The book was better. Are we going to get into which was better? Remake?
No, we're going to talk 2017.
Yeah.
We're not going to compare it to the old one?
No.
There's no reason to. Everybody does that. We did it on our group. Thanks for joining our group, by the way, everybody. Anybody who joined our group?
Over 260 members now.
Yeah, just keep adding
just popped up 260 of yous.
Just keep adding people, man. That's how we keep this thing rolling along.
260 members, and we got about maybe 20 people that talk.
Yeah, let's keep the
numbers going.
Let's keep these shout-outs going for James Ray.
James Ray.
James Ray.
James, we appreciate you. You talk.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody that has been commenting and whatnot.
Talking about the Mutilator today.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
let's keep it going.
I like to talk about movies.
Yeah, that's what we do. Let's
talk
about it.
Good guy, James. And on the closed group, or on not the closed group, on the group page, if you want to talk about it compared to the remake, or the remake compared to the original, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Kind of did already, but
we can talk about it forever.
Attention.
Anyway, 2017 rated R, 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Longin'.
Frank, who wrote this movie?
Well, let's do the summary first. If you wanna do the summary,
I can do a summary, whatever.
In the summer of 1989, a group of bullied kids band together to destroy a shape-shifting monster which disguises itself as a clown and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town. Directed by Andy Muschietti. Right?
Sure.
Written by Chase Palmer, Carrie Joji Fukunaga.
It's something like that. Fukunaga.
And Gary Dauberman.
Yep. Yeah, and Gary did the Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle
movies.
Based on the novel by Stephen King, of course. Pennywise is played by Bill Skarsgård.
And of course, this is another Warner Brothers Pictures with a tagline: "You'll float too."
You'll float. Well, they all float.
Was that the first tagline?
I don't know. So, was there a
The
tagline?
original?
It was a mini-series, of course.
So there probably wasn't a tagline.
I have the parents' guide for all the violence and gore. If you want me to go through all that for the movie.
No.
Does that ruin it?
If you're concerned, go on IMDb and check it out.
Just check it out. They had a pretty large budget for this movie, $35 million. Holy shit! Do you know how much?
$1 million.
Do you want to know how much it made on opening weekend?
How much?
A bunch more than that.
123,403,419.
Hammered it.
That's just good business.
Yeah,
Hammered it.
I had a really fun time watching this. Honestly, I know a lot of people probably expected me to like trash it or whatever.
I was. Maybe. I don't.
I
tell
expect
you-
a lot of people to trash it, and really, that it hasn't been that way.
There is like an exceptional amount of CGI, but I enjoyed it the same amount I would. I'm just glad they're keeping the idea going. I would like to see a continuation, after this story is told, after the next movie, maybe a little bit more of Pennywise and whatever. Maybe they don't kill him. Maybe keep it going. That sounds good to me. But
Past where the book ends.
yeah, like a new one. Like maybe get Stephen King writing that instead of all these weird shits that he
I don't
puts
see that happening, but I do see a lot more. Well, you do now. You see a lot more Stephen King
all over the
adaptations.
place.
Like he just
Popular again.
so many movies. A lot of the Netflix originals too. They're just bumping those out.
Yeah, I felt like this was watching like a cartoon variation of the story, kind of, because the CGI a lot of times does look really animated, Looney Tunes. The way Pennywise runs at people is like a cartoon.
Yeah, let me just get this out of the way right now, because the only thing that I can really fault about this movie is the character from the painting. Like, I just thought that looked awful. I think it stuck out. I don't think it fit the movie.
It looked good when it was eating that kid's face.
But it's supposed to look like a painting, though.
But that's fine. The character that they generated looks bad.
Gotcha.
It stuck out. It didn't. I didn't have a problem with any of the other forms that he takes, but that one didn't look good.
Aside from the scene where the kid breaks his arm, I thought the violence was fairly tame in this. I would let my kids watch it, honestly. I did go through all of the scary scenes.
Woo!
Listen, I did go through all the scary scenes with my sons, and they fucking loved it, man. They weren't afraid at all, and because they're all on YouTube, all of the terrifying scenes. They knew that, but they watch all the makeup shows and stuff.
I guess
They know how it's done. They watch the behind the scenes
too.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter was not watching this, but my sons,
I would not let my 2-year-old watch this.
my sons were watching it, but they fully understand the makeup. They watch how to do that shit. So, Bill Skarsgård did a great job. His eyes look fucking wonky sometimes. He looks kind of derpy at points, but I think that was on purpose.
That's the one I disagree with.
You don't think he did a good job?
No. That's where I'm.
I thought he was good too.
This-
It was a fresh take on Pennywise. I thought he did great.
The movie, it turned out to be exactly what I thought. I didn't expect to go in hating it, and I didn't. It's a solid horror movie. Overly scary clowns defeat the purpose of making it a clown to me. I don't know. It's like skulls with mean faces.
It's like a hat on a hat.
Like if you're a clown and you're gonna kill some people, especially kids, you're dressed like a clown to like lure the kids in. So when you have like the exaggeratedly scary clown, I'm immediately like the Georgie scene in this one. I'm like, fuck no. No kid in the world walks up to that fucking clown in the sewer and is like, yeah, I'm gonna reach inside. You see that clown in the sewer and you're like, fuck you, dude. You are a fucking weirdo. I mean, think about.
I would love that. That'd just be the end of the movie.
Like, think about the fucking.
Everyone lives.
Remember the scary clowns stalking the streets?
Yeah.
And people were worried about it? Why were they worried about it? Because they were scary clowns.
But we're not talking about reality, though, Jared.
Yeah,
we're talking about a movie. And I don't think he. I don't think he laid it on too thick.
Yeah, I mean, his voice is very. Like, he's almost.
Yeah, but
Yoda.
think about a cartoon clown and what they would really a clown voice would sound like.
That's what my
I mean,
problem
most of them don't
was.
talk to begin with. So think about
That's
what a clown would sound like.
You said it, though, a cartoon clown. That's my problem. He's a evil cartoon clown. Like it.
He did remind me a lot of like The Mask, like shit like that.
And maybe I said it wrong. I won't say he didn't do a good job. I don't like where they took Pennywise.
Well,
that being said,
he said in an interview that he did not want to even come close to what Tim Curry did.
Well, he's not Tim Curry.
He's not Tim Curry. It would
it was a fresh take. I mean, he did his own thing.
I'm not comparing it to. I
got you. I understand.
I didn't enjoy
No,
it.
honestly, the first time I seen this in a theater, I kind of felt the same way, and I scored it a lot lower than what I scored it.
I
this
did
time
say,
around.
I was talking to somebody about it today, though. I did say, and if you're going to get into the old version, between the two, this is a way better movie, and I like Tim Curry way more. That being said,
Agree.
there is no way to supplant Tim Curry's It in this movie. The aesthetic would be off. The vibe would be off. It's not. Right. I don't think Skarsgård did anything that ruins this movie.
I don't know, though, Jared.
It's just the weak point of Pennywise is the weakest point of this movie.
What started, Frank said he thought he did a good job, and then you said, that's where I disagree.
And I changed.
I think if we had...
You changed this right now?
No. I said maybe I said it wrong. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job at what he did. I didn't like what they did with Pennywise.
At all.
No, not really. I mean, it does nothing for me.
Okay.
So think about this, though.
Before you go, I'm about done making my point.
Before I go where?
Before I start saying words.
Before he cuts me off.
I've been trying to jump in this motherfucking pool for hours.
The plus I give this movie is they didn't rely on Pennywise like the old one did. They stuck much more with the forms he took, and all of the I liked all of them. I thought all of those scenes are great. He just pops in at the end of them, and then obviously the end fight. But a lot more of the horror through the big part of this is not Pennywise being Pennywise. It's the other forms, and so I still liked the movie. Pennywise is just the weakest part of it for me.
I enjoyed all the scenes where the kids were first introduced to Pennywise. I thought those were all solid. The kids are fucking great actors. They make the movie.
Yep. Good job casting the kids. The
now,
Losers Club.
Now, whenever they go to make this next movie where they're all grown up, I might feel differently about that in comparison to the original miniseries, just because I love that cast of adult people so much. John Ritter and fucking Judge Harry. I love that shit. But they could do, the same team, it's going to be good. I have no doubt. I give this 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a good movie. Watch it. Anybody else want to give a score?
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I thought it's good. The CG's a little, but not a little too much, but not overly distracting. The kids do a great job. It's never been one of my favorite Stephen King stories. It's cool though, but I think all the extra stuff they did solid on, so I gave it a 6.
Yeah, again, it's a 2 hour and 15-minute movie, and I don't think it felt like it. I think the pace of the movie was great, and I think the thing that helped that was all the layers of all the characters of the kids.
Yeah,
that helped pace the movie along. And it's something that me and Frank talked about when we watched it. The bullies in this, the stuff that they do, they're not. That's not bullying. You can straight up kill someone. I mean, he's trying to
cutting the H in it.
Yeah,
he was going to smash that kid's face with a fucking rock.
With a rock.
That's the book's pretty. The book's pretty crazy. If I remember right, it's been fucking 7th grade since I read the book. But if I remember right, I think they all have sex with the girl, not the bullies.
That's true.
That makes sense.
All of them. I think that's in the book.
We had to look at the age on
Yeah,
that
we had to
actress.
check it out. Anyways, no, this looks great. I mean,
The main bully, I'll say, he was a little overdone for me. Like he'd go
over the top.
He'd go from 0 to hot quick.
Yeah.
Like, hey, where are you running? Fuck it, I'm gonna cut my name in this kid.
Yeah,
like he went from just chilling to
that's
hot.
what I'm saying. Like the stuff he does is not just.
And
It's
his
not
friends
just
are all
bullying.
for it. They're all about it. They're all
Like
right
these
there
kids
with
are going
him.
to prison.
And
for sure.
that was the other thing that I think they could have done better on was supplanting it into the 80s. Like when you watch the old like Outsiders and how kids, the poor kids acted in the Outsiders, they threatened each other with Stand By Me. I mean, you had that kind of bullying in like the 50s idea of the movie. They didn't really update it to an 80s feel in that.
Yeah.
Which I think the book took place late 50s.
If you think about it, like Pennywise is the least of these kids' worries. They got fucking horrible parents, bullies after them all the time.
Yeah, again, they're it's coming from all
Yeah,
directions.
Pennywise is the least of worries because you're like, hey, look at that freaky, scary clown. Just don't go near him.
Listen how he sounds. He don't even sound right.
What kind of?
He don't sound like no clown.
Yeah, like at a distance, I would be like, that clown's obviously going to kill people. I'm going the other way.
But what was your score? Did
Problem
you rate it?
solved.
Wait, no, Jared interrupted me.
Okay, let's
I'll do that.
It looks great. It sounds great. The production, I don't know how you get much better than what they did. It has everything that I want. The character development. It has a little bit of gore. I was kind of taken back from the very first scene where Georgie gets his arm
That's
ripped
probably
off.
the most gory thing.
And
It was rated R, right? Most
Yeah, it's
certainly
rated
for
R.
language, at least.
It just wasn't too much for me to hate. Just besides that one freaking the painting monster, I gave it 8 out of 10.
I was really happy to see it did as well as it did, because this story isn't kind of any like subgenre horror, unless you're going to say Stephen King. But like, it's not zombie horror, it's not slasher horror. It's it's just a horror. Like it's that 80s style. Hey, let's just do some horror shit. And the fact that it made so much money kind of has me hoping that kind of 80s fuck it, let's do whatever vibe gets injected back into horror, because anything that makes $120 million in
I
its
think you're
first
gonna
day
see
in
a
the
lot of
box
it.
office, you're going to see a lot more of it.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will have a rebirth of the beautiful fucking 80s trash horror just coming
I'm for it.
out
I'm all
of the
for it.
fucking walls. I took that as a good sign. So, I'm not in love with the movie, but I'm glad that everyone else is.
Well, well,
What was that?
I don't know.
All right.
Welcome back.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. Welcome back. That's a great clip.
oh boy.
Let's talk about It Chapter 2 from 2019. Summary for this film. 27 years after their first encounter with the terrifying Pennywise, the Losers Club have grown up and moved away until a devastating phone call brings them back. Directed by Andy Muschietti, who did the first one, and written by Gary Dalberman. Gary Dalberman.
It should be Machete.
And he did the Annabelle movies, and he also did the first It. Based, of course, on the novel by Stephen King, which everyone will tell you this movie is way closer to the
book is so much better, though.
Okay, did you have anything on this?
No.
No? Right off the bat, they really hate you with a fucking hate crime. Where a gay dude gets... Well, two gay dudes get beat nearly to death. Well, one dude gets killed.
Stumbling over the words.
The thing that's fucked up about this is the one dude gets beat to death, basically, anyways, and then thrown in the river, and then gets killed by Pennywise. So it's like the double
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, completely unnecessary. Could have killed anybody else. That guy already had it. He got his shit in
It's
there.
letting you know right away.
There's a lot of fucking. There's so much shit that happens in this movie and some of it I like, and some of it I don't like. The fucking CGI fortune cookies. That's the whole Chinese food, the Chinese restaurant sequence. Aside from laughing at Bill Hader a few times, was fucking stupid as hell, man. Look how effective the miniseries was. At this same scene, and look at how fucking buck wild they had dinosaurs coming out of it and shit. It looked like cartoons. What the fuck? What the CGI fuck?
Yep.
Pennywise has a lot of good scenes, I think. Under the bleachers at the baseball game where he eats that girl's head. I hate it when he eats their head, though. Why not do something else? Don't eat their head. That's boring,
But
man.
you like the scene?
I like the scene, but why can't he kill them?
Scene?
Give him a fucking knife. That'd be way creepier than like a big cartoon Looney Tunes head.
I don't mind it.
But the ritual of Chud. Dumb. What the fuck? The whole way they gotta close this shit up and defeat Pennywise is bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Here, take these drugs. I put drugs in your drink. Now look at this jug.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking jug. That's what happens. That's what we got to do. I stole this from some Native Americans.
It'll still work, though.
By the time they go to find their artifact or whatever the fuck this plot is, and they go to this old clubhouse, which I don't remember ever being mentioned in the first one. Was this in the first one?
I don't
No.
know.
A lot of good laughs here, though.
It's in the book, though.
Of course,
The
it's
book, it's
it's kind of like
just what happens in the book. I don't know if it happens in the book.
it's kind of like a parallel to alcoholism. But Bill Hader does a really funny Pennywise thing where he's like, "Remember how I used to do that funny dance?" And he's like, like that shit made me. He carries this movie. Bill Hader is the best part, in my opinion.
I thought the cast was good. I thought they did a good job with the cast.
Yeah. Well, Beverly goes to her childhood home, and there are both good things in this scene, and there are bad things in this scene. The bad thing, of course, is the fucking cartoon old lady with her tits flopping all around.
Yep.
Which is not
I
scary.
think Anne busted out laughing.
Oh my god. It takes that painting from the first one and just...
I'm pretty sure she busted out laughing.
But then, after that, when Pennywise looks like her dad, like he kind of looks like her dad,
Yeah.
and then he starts peeling his face away, loved it. That's great. I thought that was awesome. The giant lumberjack statue, come on. What the fuck is this?
That was a bit over the top, too.
Is it Goosebumps 3 are we watching? Come on. Yeah. They CGI the shit out of all these different characters. They bring that fucking old lady bitch back again. They could have done it so much simpler with like practical effects and... Jesus Christ. When Eddie gets stabbed in the cheek by Bowers... That was fucked up. The way he reacted was crazy, too. Because I don't know what I would do if I got stabbed in the cheek.
It was casual.
Yeah, he was very... Whoa! I would have been, like, all over him. I don't know. Whenever there's a point where this head turns into...
I thought I'm leaning over trying to see your nose.
There's a point where this head turns into a spider. Stupid. I mean, there's so much shit in this movie. There's a lot of it that sucks, but... that Jar Jar Binks old lady comes back. That's what she reminded me of. But I really liked the last part of this movie, though, and I liked how they made Pennywise look as the big spider. That looked way better than the miniseries did.
Still really over the top.
Oh yeah. It was more like an action movie at the end, but I liked it. How they kill him is stupid, though. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but. I guess he did make me laugh when he was all shriveled up. That was good. I don't know. I gave this a 6 out of 10. I don't know what I gave the first one, but it's worth watching it for Bill Hader. It's extremely long, but I don't know.
Oh my god!
Did it feel like it to you?
2:45.
It's almost 3 hours, yeah.
Like 2 hours 45 minutes. I think the first one was like 2:15.
Yeah.
And that was still a lengthy movie. Like
Right.
this one for sure could have been cut down to 2:15.
Oh,
It's
for
still
sure.
been the same film, if not better.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like at certain times, I felt like this is more about the people than Pennywise. I'm like, where the fuck? Like, give me Pennywise, and then, but yeah, I thought it felt long. I thought it felt really long. I think I don't remember what I gave the first one either. This one is definitely not to that level. But one of my biggest problems with the first one was that painting.
Yeah.
When he goes in, like the cartoon looking.
Yeah. And that's doubled up.
That's all this stuff is. Like, so. But it's done well. Like, it's extreme. It sounds amazing. Like, I watched this on 4K. I ain't going to the theater for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Well,
no way.
That would turn into at least 3 hours anyway. So, yeah, it looks amazing. Sounds amazing. The production is just great. But
Jesus Christ, guys. You know?
I would say it's 7 just because of how well done it is. But it's not anywhere close to the first one. I was disappointed. I mean, it's a good movie. I say watch it.
Look at it like this. You can end it after the first one. Just pretend that's the movie. This is bonus features. This is extended story. This is, this is unnecessary content. But it was fun to watch, bring that character back out. And
I'll tell you what, I started to get that feeling like when I watch one of Rob Zombie's films.
Yeah.
Because every other word was fuck. And I'm letting my kids watch this movie because they've seen the first one, so they wanted to watch this one with us. And like a couple of times I was just like cringing, like, am I letting my kids listen to this right now? Because it was just so much, so over the top. So that's just a little complaint, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it is worth watching for Bill Hader, I think.
And I think most people watched the first one.
Yeah.
So
why not?
Watch this.
But yeah, it was severely disappointing. When I saw the runtime, I was like, "Fuck." Yep. So I might have been in a wrong headspace. But if you hit that runtime on me, man, I'm gonna immediately be just like disappointed.
It raises red flags.
Why is it so fucking long? What are you trying to do to me?
Like,
are you trying to capture me?
A minute 20 is great.
Fucking quarter of my waking hours.
Or an hour 20. That's great.
We got a couple quickie reviews from Facebook. Doug Rinaldi on Death House. Death House sounded good on paper. Then someone took that paper, crushed it into a ball, and proceeded to wipe their ass with it until blood stained it red. So, there you go.
Dead on.
Wade Healy says, I commend it Chapter 2 for really going for it with the mysticism part. Unfortunately, I'm not sure it was all that effective for scares. Guess we'll always have the first one. LOL.
Yep.
So, that's pretty much... I think everybody kind of feels that way about it Chapter 2. I don't know. I don't think I'll watch it again. I mean, it's not one that I need to watch.
I'll watch
again.
the first one again. So I
know
for sure.
You think you'll double them up?
Yeah.
Do you have picks?
My OCD will say, yeah, we'll watch it too.
I have to do it. Do you have picks for next time?
Yeah. Oh, I'm for sure going to do Edge of the Axe. And how about Wreck 2?
Okay. Now, is there equivalent to that is there a Quarantine 2 or whatever?
I don't know.
No, this kind of just they do their own thing. Have you seen
this one? Yeah, Wreck 2 is really good.
Oh, okay.
I think I like it better than the first one.
Okay.
I know you're not going to go back and watch the first one the way you should have watched it. But if you need to, borrow it from me. So
yeah, I don't know if I would need to watch it again. But I'm picking
later, some other time.
Maybe, who knows? I'm gonna pick a Velocipastor. I gotta do it.
No,
everybody says it's great, man.
No, they didn't.
I've seen so many people say it's great.
Someone was it Doug?
Yeah.
Someone said, "Well, I watched that."
No,
and that was it.
Was that what
someone
it was?
said that?
Oh, I don't know. I want to check it out. It's worth the thing.
Okay.
Puppet Master 4.
Yep, let's do it.
The Demon. I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah, at the end it says something about
Good puppets. When good puppets go bad.
girls gone wild. Good girls gone.
That's when you
wild.
could tell that old Charles Band had something up his sleeve. He wasn't going to be playing it straight. You know, he's going to throw a couple curveballs at you, like the evil bong or whatever that shit is.
No Desire.
Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, I want to.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
That's a Gary Busey classic. I think he's in
There's
all of
a
them.
few of them, right?
There's like 7
a collection.
probably.
I think it's a collection.
Yeah,
I think all you need is the first one, probably.
probably.
You don't even need the first one.
No, you could probably just stick with what you got already. I like Full Moon.
Mr. Long Fingers. I gotta get 2 and 3. Have you seen those? We need to get those done.
I don't think I've seen anything. Isn't there another Vampire Chronicles or something like that goes along with that?
Well, I know it looks the same. I don't know if it has anything to do with
What was that vampire's name?
same production.
What was his name?
And
In Subspecies. Mr. Long Fingers.
I can't remember.
Creeping and he's coming with his long fingers.
We're done, right?
We're done. We'll see you next time.
You are listening to a ZTOTV podcast. It's like TV for your earholes.